This is definitely one of the biggest wins of this guy's life, with many more to come. Let's take a look at the highlights, take you back to more than 301 laps ago. Lap number 4 in the beginning of this race. It was hot and it was slick, and here goes Joey Logano.
Yes, Goodyear tweeted that Joey Logano either cut a left rear or had too low air pressure. And boy, this got ugly in the pit box.
Yeah, this race was a little bit unnecessary. I know the car was torn up, but he almost injured some of his crew members. That's a very frustrating way to kind of end the day.
Lap number 14. Here we got some beating and banging between the 9 of Marcus Ambrose and the 29 of Kevin Harvick. And Kevin made absolutely no apologies for what happened.
Kept coming down. Yeah, it barely touched him. But, I mean, I'm not giving in to that guy. That guy's a weapon every week. So I just held my line, and he drove across the front of my nose.
And so that's how Kevin felt about it. Let's move on to lap number 64, where we see the Busch brothers battling up front, and older brother Kurt takes the lead.
This was a safe move by Kyle and Kurt. Our brothers do not get in a fight. Go ahead, big brother Kurt Busch takes the lead from little brother.
Denny Hamlin, a lot of eyes on him. We remember what he did at this track last year. Wasn't going to happen this time.
No, not this time here. He had some bad luck right there. But fortunately for him, he was able to control the car and kept off of not only the wall, but if Joe Nemechek came to pit road, they were able to make repairs to the car. And late in the race, he was up there, wound up finishing 21st.
More bad luck for Denny. Now as we move later into the race, we start seeing some of this pit strategy pay off. The number 14 of Tony Stewart takes 2 tires.
Yes, because this racetrack is so hard to pass on, now we're dealing with, you know, a little bit of a card game, 2 or 4.
Lap number 218, Danica goes for a spin, but luckily no one else was involved in this one.
Yeah, she had a little bit of help from A.J. Allmendinger, and she was able to continue and kind of set up an interesting part later on in the race.
And so Tony Stewart decided to stay out. Him and crew chief Steve Addington playing some strategy out here. Everybody else went in.
Tony looked like a man on an island all by himself. But hey, Jeff Burton, what a run for him. He comes home 3rd, and he's in the pits, making sure he has enough to make it to the end.
Lap number 225, more strategy going on here on the racetrack. But watch this. The guy who led the majority of the laps today, Kurt Busch, goes for a spin.
Yeah, he was charging his way back up through the pass and tried to make a pass on Matt Kenseth. Winds up getting a little bit loose, a little tap from Matt. Next thing you know, he's in the 39 of Ryan Newman, and Ryan winds up on really the worst end of the deal.
Yeah, Kurt said, hey, look, I've been driving 110%. I'm going to back it down to 100. It didn't work today.
Here comes Danica Patrick again. She gets loose, makes contact, and Ricky Stenhouse gets taken up as well on lap 237. Here's another look.
Yeah, she basically said after the interview that she got in the back of him, was really getting on the brakes to keep out of it, couldn't do it.
What happened? Danica wrecked her boyfriend, man. I mean, like, took him out. Under caution? No, that was what this wreck was. Oh, boy.
Oh boy is right. Lap 256. We still didn't know what was going to happen on this one. As then Jeff Gordon goes around, Paul Menard gets in the back of the 24.
Yeah, again, it's close racing late in the race. You see the 24 get up underneath the 27, do a slide job on him. Paul says, you ain't doing that to me, old man. And around he goes.
We said this earlier. Jeff Gordon is a 4-time champ, but his luck has been running out lately.
So Gordon came back to finish 10th in that one, but here is the key lead change. Brian Vickers passes Tony Stewart for the lead on lap 288, but it was questionable right now as to whether Tony Stewart could make it on fuel.
And everybody's trying to stretch that fuel, and I think it's one of the reasons why Tony didn't contest the 55 car. He was looking for a good points today, but with 5 laps to go, here comes the yellow flag, and you know what that means, JR?
It's what you call a game changer. We go into NASCAR's form of overtime. Now everybody's going to get bunched up. Brian Vickers is your leader. Debris came out, and now we have a green-white checkered finish.
And this was impressive of Brian Vickers. He chooses the outside. Kyle Busch tries to make it 3 wide. He backs up, but check out Brian Vickers. Right side's up in the marbles, up in the dirty part of the racetrack. And boys, he's strong.
Tony Stewart is out of gas. Brian Vickers is in the lead, and there's nothing Kyle Busch can do to catch him. So we have a comeback story. Come full circle. Brian Vickers, it was doubtful whether he would race ever again. Now he is a Sprint Cup winner for the 3rd time in his career, and definitely one of the happiest men in New Hampshire today. It's Vickers, Busch, Burton, Brad Keselowski, and how about Eric Almirola in the top 5?
You know, we go Burton. I mean, that's awesome. Congratulations, Jeff Burton.
And Jimmy Johnson as well. Started 43rd, finished 6th.
Yeah, he's showing what championship material is all about. A good run right there for Kevin Harvick. Carl Edwards had a solid run, but and we talked about Jeff Gordon. He got spun around. He came back and finished 10th.